Sister Spouse's Meri earthy colored ends quietness about name change. Sister Spouse's star, Meri Brown has ended her quietness about a potential name change. She formally separated from Kody Brown in 2014 and afterward got a congregation discharge from him almost 10 years after the fact. All in all, will she keep her wedded name or return to her birth name? Continue to peruse for additional subtleties. Meri earthy colored ends quietness about name change. She was only a young person when she met and wedded Kody Brown, and presently, Meri Brown has a ton of choices to make. Meri was a first and lawful spouse for a long time until Janelle Brown joined the family as a subsequent wife. They then, at that point, got Christine earthy colored Woolley as spouse number 3, and she finished the family for quite a long time. Then, at that point, in 2010, Kody sought Robyn Brown. There are differing accounts of how Kody and Robyn met, yet Meri is currently similarly as confounded as fans who have followed the family for 19 seasons. In 2014, Meri lawfully separated from Kody so he could wed Robyn and take on her 3 kids from her most memorable marriage. This was the kind of thing exceptionally extraordinary that Meri was doing, yet it was likewise a limit in their relationship. They turned out to be extremely separated, and in the end, it was not so much as a working relationship. At last, in 2022, Meri acknowledged she didn't have anything with Robyn or Kody and picked to leave the family. This came after Janelle and Christine left. She has since moved from Flagstaff to Utah and is making huge changes. One of them is her name. She has been a Brown for more than 30 years, yet is that the way in which she needs to remain? As per individuals, Meri Brown has pondered changing her name, however, what might it be? We've discussed it a ton. It's like, okay, I'm associated with Kody Brown by triumphing ultimately his last name, and yet, that is all anyone knows me as. That is all I know myself concerning the beyond 34 years. I certainly couldn't at any point change it back to my family name. That would be bizarre for me. I just had that for 19 years. This one I've had for 34, so it would be strange on that level. Meri's original surname is Stylist, and that was once her previous sister spouse, Janelle's hitched name. She was married to Meri's sibling for a brief time frame, and that is the manner by which they were associated. Anyway, if she somehow managed to change her name, what might it be? A magnificent, regal name. Meri Brown and her companions kidded on the Sunday, December 29th episode about her changing her last name to Davenport. That was her incredible extraordinary grandma's original last name and said it was extremely glorious. With respect to when she would consider dropping Brown, she has said perhaps when she gets hitched once more, yet kidded. Ideally, his last name likewise isn't Brown. We go with dark or white. We were thinking about every one of the last names that are colors. She would likewise be available to changing her last name to Christmas, however, that is for no reason in particular. Meri is available to tracking down a relationship, however, could she show it on sister spouses? Her previous sister spouse, Christine earthy colored Woolley, pulled out all the stops when it came to her romance with now husband, David Woolley. For Meri, she would need to be something intense. Fans enraged post earthy colored spot filled by Robyn and her little girls. Sister Spouse's fans are outraged that Robyn Brown and her girls are endeavoring to fill post earthy colored spot. However, some fascinating altering makers are attempting to eradicate Post, who died in Walk 2024, from season 19. Tragically, watchers are not taking excessively compassionate to this or to whom they are taking care of. Continue to peruse for the responses as a whole. Fans outraged Post Brown supplanted by Robyn and little girls. At the point when Post Brown took his own life in Walk 2024, Sister Spouse's fans addressed how they would deal with that. Could they drop the show, which had been shooting season 19? Or on the other hand, could they address what the family had gone through? Some felt that it ought to presently not go on the grounds that this was excessively and they couldn't return from it. Indeed, even Post's dear companions requested the show's cancellation, however that didn't occur. Rather, when season 19 debuted, there was a disclaimer at the opening. It expressed that when the show was shot and when Post passed, in addition to the amount they would miss him. Be that as it may, the editors have stayed at work past 40 hours to guarantee he has not been in any scenes this season. They have shown scenes from past seasons where watchers realized he was in them. However, they had the option to join it, so it appeared as though he won't ever exist. For what reason was tender loving care eradicating Post? There were even some pickup scenes fans got on. They understood this was finished to supplant ones that highlighted Post. However, a new scene has fans up in arms recently on Sister Spouses. Scenes have involved Robin Brown and her most seasoned girls, Aurora and Brianna, discussing church shopping. Most importantly, watchers could do without these scenes in any way. However, also, they accept they were shot to fill in where Post would have been. A string was begun with somebody expressing this. Yeah, I understand they have cleaved scenes out of control, yet I disdain how they just cut Post out as though he never existed. BC we as a whole know this season was going OB about Post, Gabe and Kody, presently ist about Brianna, Aurora and Robin. The snow scene. Kody Brown has over and over said that his youngsters should be considered responsible for their way of behaving. To that end, they are completely broken. Then, at that point, there was the notorious snow scene where he and Robin Brown battled outside. Robin attempted to urge him to fix things with his children, however he was safe, needing to save what he and Robin had considerably more. In view of his jacket and the climate, fans figured this was a filler scene. They estimated he might have not expressed the most caring things about his late child during the season. Subsequently, this was generally a reclamation scene to give the idea that he and Robin might have minded. However, it was too late. TLC shouldn't have altered Post out of that scene. He existed, honor that. Might it be said that they are simply altering Post out of this season totally? In the flashback with Janelle, Savannah, and Gabriel, I assume I recollect Post in that scene, and I'm almost certain I saw him in the impression of her porch window. It feels extremely purposeful that Post isn't in no recording. At last, tender loving care must recognize that he was a piece of the family and is still somebody who weighs weighty on their souls. All the more thus, his story is undeniably more significant than the entirety of this filler. Show of Sister Spouses keeps on disentangling as Meri Brown, the primary wife of Kody Brown, reveals new insight into a significant second in the earthy-colored family timetable, the main gathering among Kody and Robin. Throughout the long term, fans have been given Kody and Robin's romanticized record of their underlying collaboration, painting it as a head-over-heels love fantasy. In any case, Meri's new disclosures propose that the truth of their most memorable gathering might have been definitely less charming than the rendition Kody and Robin have shared. This new viewpoint has reignited banters among watchers about the genuineness of Kody and Robin's relationship and what it has meant for the relational peculiarity. With Meri invalidating key parts of their account, fans are left addressing the amount of the Brown story has been altered or controlled to fit a particular story. Kody and Robin's record of their most memorable gathering. Kody and Robin have long depicted their most memorable gathering as a pivotal experience saturated with moment association and common deference. As per their retelling, Meri assumed an instrumental part in acquainting Robin with Kody. Accepting Robin would be an extraordinary expansion to the family. In prior times of Sister Spouses, Kody nitty-gritty how he was quickly stricken with Robin's excellence, character, and energy. Robin, thusly, guaranteed she felt a profound otherworldly association with Kody all along, in spite of her underlying hesitations about going into a plural marriage. The couple's story has frequently been depicted as a heavenly association, with Robin portrayed as the lacking part to the earthy-colored family puzzle. This account, be that as it may, has confronted critical reaction from fans and, surprisingly, the other sister spouses, who have alluded to feeling eclipsed and dislodged by Robin's appearance. Meri's point of view, an alternate story arises. In a sincere second during a new meeting, Meri straightforwardly disproved a few critical components of Kody and Robin's record. As indicated by Meri, the presentation was definitely less enchanted than they've made it appear. Meri conceded that while she at first figured Robin may be a decent counterpart for the family, she didn't guess how rapidly and emphatically things would change once Kody started pursuing her. It wasn't this fabulous, unexplainable adoration second they continued to discuss, Meri said. There were questions, there were waverings, and there were worries all along, things they've helpfully avoided with regard to their story. Meri likewise uncovered that she felt compelled to work with the presentation, in spite of her own second thoughts about adding one more spouse to the family at that point. I needed to be strong of Kody's vision for the family, however thinking back, I assume I disregarded my own sentiments and senses, she conceded. Pressures in the background. Meri's remarks feature the basic pressures that have existed inside the earthy-colored family since Robyn's appearance. While Kody and Robyn have frequently introduced their relationship as a wellspring of concordance and development, the truth gives off an impression of being undeniably more confounded. Christine and Janelle, who have additionally voiced their disappointments with Robyn's coordination into the family, have indicated feeling prohibited and underestimated. Christine, specifically, has spoken about how Robyn's appearance denoted the start of her battles in the marriage, at last prompting her choice to leave Kody. Meri's disclosure adds one more layer to this complicated dynamic. By testing the authority story of Kody and Robyn's most memorable gathering, she is really scrutinizing the underpinning of their relationship and its effect on the family all in all. Fan responses to Meri's remarks. Enthusiasts of sister spouses have rushed to say something regarding Meri's assertions, with many cheering her for standing up. Via online entertainment, watchers have communicated their dissatisfaction with what they see as Kody and Robyn's propensity to modify history to suit their story. One fan remarked, "Meri has experienced so a lot, and it's no time like the present she got down on Kody and Robyn for their rendition of occasions. It's reasonable they've been attempting to cause themselves to appear more appealing to her detriment." One more stated, "Robyn generally plays the person in question, yet Meri's story shows that she's been a manipulative power all along. It's no big surprise different spouses dislike her." Notwithstanding, a few fans have condemned Meri for standing by so lengthy to shout out, contending that her quiet throughout the years has empowered Kody and Robyn's way of behaving. On the off chance that Meri knew reality from the beginning, for what reason didn't she say something sooner? It seems like short of what was needed, one watcher noted. Kody and Robyn's reaction. At this point, neither Kody nor Robyn has straightforwardly answered Meri's remarks. In any case, in past examples where their adaptation of occasions has been tested, they have stayed unfaltering in safeguarding their point of view. Robyn, specifically, has frequently depicted herself as misjudged and unjustifiably designated by both different spouses and people in general. Almost certainly, she will keep on outlining herself as a casualty of desire and hatred, instead of recognizing any likely bad behavior. Kody, in the meantime, has shown little interest in tending to analysis from his spouses or fans, frequently excusing their interests as exaggerated or immaterial. How this affects the earthy-colored family. Meri's choice to stand in opposition to the main gathering among Kody and Robyn could have extensive ramifications for the earthy-colored family. By testing their account, she isn't just declaring her own reality yet, in addition featuring the profound cracks inside the family. For Meri, this might address a defining moment in her excursion towards self-strengthening and freedom. Over the beyond couple of seasons, she has been progressively vocal about her battles inside the family and her craving to track down satisfaction according to her own preferences. For Kody and Robyn, in any case, Meri's remarks might be viewed at this point one more assault on their relationship. Whether they decide to address her cases straightforwardly or keep on disregarding them is not yet clear. The master plan. At its center, the contention encompassing Kody and Robyn's most memorable gathering highlights the bigger issues that have tormented the earthy-colored family for a really long time. From monetary questions to profound disregard, the Browns have attempted to keep up with the solidarity and agreement they once imagined for their plural marriage. As additional insights become known, it turns out to be progressively evident that the account introduced on sister spouses is just important for the story. With Meri currently testing Kody and Robyn's variant of occasions, fans can anticipate much more disclosures and conflicts in the seasons to come. Whether this will prompt more noteworthy comprehension and recuperating inside the family, or essentially extend the current partitions, stays an open inquiry. For the time being, one thing is sure, the dramatization of sister spouses indicates that things are not pulling back. Sister spouses being a fan has long discussed the perplexing elements of the earthy-colored family and the jobs every wife played in the breakdown of their once-joined plural marriage. As of late, fans have trained in on Meri Brown, blaming her for being a critical supporter of the family's definitive destruction. While Kody Brown and Robyn Brown frequently get the overwhelming majority of analysis, a developing number of watchers trust Meri's activities, or scarcity in that department, have likewise assumed an essential part in the disentangling of the family. Meri's excursion on sister spouses has been full of difficulties, incorporating her rough relationship with Kody, battles with barrenness, and her notorious duping outrage. While many feel for her aggravation and detachment, others contend that her conduct over the course of the years has exacerbated strains inside the family, eventually prompting its ongoing broke state. The foundations of the family's issues. From the start of sister spouses, Meri's relationship with Kody stood apart as especially stressed. As the principal spouse, Meri stood firm on a special footing in the family, however her battles to adjust to the plural marriage dynamic frequently made erosion. A few fans highlight Meri's initial cooperations with different spouses as a wellspring of pressure. Christine and Janelle, specifically, have indicated past struggles with Meri, portraying her as controlling and challenging to coexist with. Christine once uncovered that Meri's basic nature caused it trying to feel quiet in the family's common home. Adding Robyn in with the general mishmash simply appeared to enhance the friction. While Meri at first supported Robyn's consideration in the family, her closeness to Robyn later made cracks with different spouses. Watchers have blamed Meri for playing top choices, focusing on her relationship with Robyn over keeping up with solidarity with Christine and Janelle. The duping embarrassment. Meri's 2015 duping embarrassment stays perhaps of the most dubious crossroads in sister spouses' history. The disclosure that Meri had participated in a close-to-home illicit relationship with somebody she accepted to take care of business, yet was really a lady acting like a man, stunned fans and profoundly influenced her relationship with Kody and different spouses. While Meri has portrayed the experience as a time of dejection and weakness, many fans contend that her activities double-crossed the family's trust. Kody, as far as concerns him, has involved the outrageous avocation for genuinely reducing most, if not all, connection with Meri, over and over expressing that their relationship has been hopelessly harmed. Pundits of Meri accept the aftermath from the duping embarrassment further weakened the family, with Kody and different spouses attempting to revamp trust. A few fans even guess that Meri's activities gave Kody a reason to zero in a greater amount of his energy on Robyn, further distancing different spouses. Meri's segregation and close-to-home walls. Throughout the long term, Meri has frequently depicted herself as a pariah inside the family. Her stressed relationship with Kody has been a common topic on the show, with Meri regularly communicating sensations of disregard and forlornness. While many fans feel for Meri's situation, others contend that her close-to-home walls and reluctance to completely draw in with the family have added to the division. In late seasons, Meri has showed up progressively far off from family social occasions, driving the watchers to scrutinize her obligation to the plural marriage way of life. Pundits highlight minutes where Meri appeared to be more centered around her singular interests, like running her informal lodging, than on encouraging associations with different spouses or Kody. This apparent separation has fueled allegations that Meri focused on her own advantages over the prosperity of the family. All in all, fans weigh in. The discussion over Meri's job in the family's ruin has played out broadly via online entertainment, with fans sharing a large number of suppositions. One watcher expressed, "Meri generally plays the person in question, yet she's been a wellspring of strain in the family all along. Her failure to continue on from her issues with Kody has harmed everybody." One more remarked, "I feel for Meri, however sooner or later, you need to take responsibility for your activities." The duping embarrassment and her consistent pessimism certainly didn't help the family. Nonetheless, Meri additionally has her protectors. Many fans contend that she has been unjustifiably scapegoated for the family's concerns, directing out that Kody's partiality to Robyn and his controlling way of behaving are the genuine guilty parties. Meri is flawed, however we should not neglect who's truly to blame here, Kody and Robyn. They partitioned this family more than any other person, one ally composed. One more added, Meri has had to deal with so a lot, she's actually standing. That takes strength. It's ridiculous to fault her for all that has turned out badly. Meri's viewpoint. In her new web-based entertainment posts and public explanations, Meri has indicated a developing identity mindfulness and responsibility. She has recognized her slip-ups and communicated a craving to zero in on self-improvement and mending. I've settled on decisions that I'm not glad for, however I've likewise gained from them, Meri said in a new meeting. I can't change the past, yet I can chip away at being my best self pushing ahead. Notwithstanding her stressed associations with Kody and different spouses, Meri has underscored her obligation to keeping in association with the family, especially for the kids. The master plan. While Meri's activities play without a doubt had an impact in the earthy-colored family's battles, taking into account the bigger context is significant. The difficulties of plural marriage, joined with Kody's tyrant approach and Robyn's apparent partiality, have established a harmful climate in which every one of the spouses have attempted to flourish. Meri's process fills in as an update that no single individual can be faulted for the defeat of a family as complicated as the Tans. Every part has added to the unique in their own specific manner, no matter what. And as Sister Spouses keeps on chronicling the Browns' broken connections, fans will probably keep discussing Meri's job-locked down staff. While she has committed errors and confronted her portion of analysis, Meri's versatility and eagerness to face her past recommend she is on a way toward mending and development. Whether the remainder of the family can follow after accordingly and figure out how to accommodate is not yet clear. Until further notice, the narrative of the earthy-colored family fills in as a useful example about the intricacies and difficulties of plural marriage, and the significance of responsibility and correspondence in any relationship.